Yeah. What's up? What's good? What's pop? What's cracking? Percolate. What's really good in the hood? It's your man Theo Butler, and welcome to Afternoons in Wakanda with Theo being the raw with me. Nation. Yeah, Groovy Fee, I see you in here. I see you. We here. I did. You know what? I can't tell you I was planning on coming to y'all today. I can't. It's football Saturday, college football Saturday. Georgia play Texas today, y'all. I know that game ain't till later on, but well, can I just tell you, I'm a diehard football. I'm a big time football fan. The Pittsburgh Steelers are my favorite sports franchise, but my favorite sport, I've had to come in and accept it, it's college football. I don't like being bothered on Saturdays. During college football season, don't bother me. Don't bother me. Don't bother. I broke up with a young lady one time because she asked me, she said, how long are you going to be watching the game? Well, after you gone, well, after this relationship over. Yeah. Anyway, y'all see what we got going on. Now, tell him in the building, I did not plan on doing this show. I did not. I didn't. But the man upstairs be moving, provided me with some content today. He did, aside from the usual comic book reviews. So since they went so hard to do this, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. This is because of a conversation that I'm having with Tree Black Geeks at 3 Black Geeks, the number 3. And let me preface this conversation by saying this. I was raised by my grandparents. I was. Ronald Reagan was running for office. And I got beside myself to have a political conversation with my grandfather, who was in his 60s. I was a whole ass teenager. Conversation didn't go well. But I learned respect that day for those that came before me. When I joined the Marine Corps in 1987, I could not imagine telling a Marine 20 plus years in service how the Marine Corps operated. I can't imagine to fix my mouth like that. But I do understand the opportunities in the Black community when it comes to the gap between older males, Black males, and younger Black males. So to Tree Black Geeks, I'm gonna help you understand something. Now, I went to your page. I vetted you. I gave you the respect that another content creator is supposed to do. You are a huge Power Ranger fan. You are. Let me help you out in regards to the Power Rangers. I grew up watching Battle of the Planets. You weren't born. I grew up watching Speed Racer. You weren't born. I also grew up watching Batman, the cartoon, and no, not to be confused with Batman, the animated adventures. And shortly after that, that Batman cartoon was created by Hanna-Barbera. We got the Super Friends with Hanna-Barbera. Mind you, at that time, I'm also watching Batman live action with Adam West. Mind you, because I can read, I'm also reading Detective Comics, Batman, Brave and the Bold. All of those things were good, by the way, but do you know, even at me being a kid, I could appreciate their respect for the source material. I mentioned those various shows because none of them was a one-to-one adaptation of the comics. And that little nuance you talking about, I didn't need to be a grown-ass man, nor did anybody else from Generation X need to be grown to possess that nuance. We had it as kids. Why am I in my feelings? Because you young and you disrespectful as hell. You grew up watching the Power Rangers. I was already grown. I was able to buy the Power Ranger action figures back then that Saban Toys put out. Somebody had to buy them for you. I bought them for my children, just like somebody probably bought them for you. You see where we at now? Can you appreciate where we at right now? You and your friends cosplaying as Power Rangers. I might not be able to cosplay, but it's a whole bunch of damn Power Ranger action figures in this bag. Guess what? They all black. They all black. Now, why might I have a bag full of black Power Rangers? Why might that be the case? Oh, it might be I have a healthy respect and appreciation for everything that's black related. It might be that, I don't know, maybe I'm the gatekeeper for black characters. I don't know, maybe I want to be able to share the black characters that I love with folks that love those black characters too. You would never know that though, because you want to have a penis swinging contest about 1-to-1. And then you don't know how to admit when you're wrong. Give me the 1-to-1. Was Captain America First Avenger 1-to-1? No, it wasn't. Was Iron Man 1-to-1? No, it wasn't. It wasn't. The event Age of Ultron 1-to-1? No. No, not at all. Spider-Man movie 1-to-1? Hell, Black Panther 1-to-1? No. First Thor movie 1-to-1? No. So when you, as a, I guess you in your 30s, try and have a conversation like that with somebody that's damn near 60, you sound stupid. They already know that. They've been knowing that since before you were born, and you're not even giving them that respect. So instead of me and you talking about our mutual love of the Power Rangers, you trying to educate me on something that I was already educated on, self-educated on, before you were thought of. And you still want to go back and forth. Why? What's the point? What point you trying to prove? Nobody with a brain expects nor requires there to be 1-to-1 adaptation. Nobody's that damn stupid. Nobody's that damn naive. Why you feel like that though? Why you feel like you got to come educate us? Because we saying the MCU failed because they didn't respect the source material? Define respect. Because that's what I said. You said respecting the source material is being redundant. No, it's not. The first Avengers movie respected the source material. Iron Man, the first one, respected the source material. Captain America, the first Avenger, respected the source material. Black Panther, and I got my issues with it, it respected the source material. You know that though, right? So why you being combative, young black man? Why you knucking if you bucking? What is it gaining? How is that moving the needle as far as black representation and black imagery, black man? You want to go back and forth with me about what? Because I'm going to tell you what I think it is. I think you don't want somebody in your lane appearing to be more knowledgeable than you. Yeah, I checked out your bio. Yeah, you got a huge following. And it ain't enough. Shout out to Tony Cottrell, big Tony Cottrell from Advent Comment. What? It ain't enough room for both of us out here? You got to tear me down? I don't know why. Why not learn from me? Or you think you can't learn from me? What can a 30-something-year-old Pittsburgh Steelers fan possibly learn from a 60-year-old Pittsburgh Steelers fan? What can a 20-something-year-old New York Yankee fan possibly learn from a 60-year-old New York Yankee fan? Nothing, right? because your generation know everything. Them superheroes was around before you was born. And you better start giving respect to your elders who sustained them heroes just for your little black ass to see them on the live screen, on the big screen. Because if it wasn't for us still keeping them characters relevant, you wouldn't have a job today. Not doing what you do. If it wasn't for us keeping them characters relevant, you wouldn't have a platform worth talking about. So you need to start giving Generation X and the baby boomers and the silent generation, which is when them characters originated, a pat on the back. You play video games, you welcome. You welcome. That's us. Time did not start when you either A, got here, or when you learned how to read. No, it was here before you. It was, those characters were here before you. And you got to cross certain T's and dot certain I's to make sure them characters are relevant. If you change too much, which if you understood the creative process, you should, because you're a comic book fan, then you understand you got to get the core right. The core components of the character, that's got to transition from the comic book, if that's where the character originated, from the comic book over to the big screen. Now, you know what? We would never have this conversation about Harry Potter because you ain't got the testicular fortitude to have that conversation with anybody white in regards to a white character. You think you can with these black characters? Oh, no, you better find another pony to ride. I'm telling you, you better find another pony to ride. That's why I kept inviting you to a spaces. You didn't want to do that. I invited you to a live. You didn't want to do that. If you feel so strong about what you're saying and you know it to be true, then pull up. You and I both look like we voting for Kamala, right? Right. So embrace her energy. Pull up. I'm nothing like Donald. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not finna freeze up. I'm in damn good shape. I am. And it ain't about being right or wrong with me. It's about being accurate. Thus, I know when to shut the hell up and listen to folks that clearly know more than I do when you want it. When you want it. You say fans need to stop. You talk, it's a whole ass dude got Coca-Cola to keep their damn formula right where it is. You think you fans should just accept stuff? No, you need to thank the silent generation and the baby boomers for T'Challa still having a full mask. That's what you need to do, because if it wasn't for them, he would be walking around here looking to a degree no different than Bruce Wayne. Did you know that? Do you consider that bit of information valuable? Wilson, that ring a bell? Wilson, does that mean anything to you? No, because see, here's what you don't realize. Because you a movie fan, while they, by and large, kept their origin stories intact and close to the vest, you don't know what they've done with your characters because your black behind don't read comic books relating to the black characters. That's why you ain't in your feelings about Sam being broke. That's why you not in your feelings about Rhodey being paralyzed from the waist down. That's why you not in your feelings about the Queen Mother Ramunda taking an early dirt nap. That's why you not in your feelings about Wakanda being nerfed. You don't know enough. You don't know enough. And if you don't know enough, you damn sure can't care enough. And you dismissed all that. That's telling. You're a black MCU fan. Well, you jumped into a conversation that black comic book fans were having. You need me to say that one more time? You're a black MCU fan. You jumped without testing the temperature. You jumped into a conversation with black comic book fans. The thing is that you wouldn't have those black characters be relevant in the MCU if not for black comic book fans. And you real disrespectful with it. Real. Disrespectful, dismissive, disingenuous, all them disses right there. You straight up dissed because you don't appreciate what those who came before you know. You dissed the black character and you dissed the black elders. When are we looking at for you to feel this same type of way about those in church? You feel like you could lecture Kamala Harris on law? Do you? I'm just asking a question because while I ain't her with law, I am her with this. Do you think you could ever feel comfortable enough to talk to her the way you talking to us? It's the same thing. That gap is that gap. You will never know enough. It ain't your fault. We just got here before you did. You don't want to learn from us? Now that's the question right there. What is it about younger black males not wanting to learn from older black males? We wasting time. You got all them black Power Rangers suits in there. We could have talked about where you got your costumes from. We wasting time. We could have talked about where I got my action figures from and where you could go, because I don't see you having no merch other than, now mind you, y'all doing y'all damn thing. Now y'all doing y'all damn thing dressed up. Now I ain't mad at that. You doing the damn thing. But why we couldn't come together and talk about our love for the Power Rangers? Why we couldn't talk about, hey, TJ, you remember the first black Power Ranger to lead the Power Ranger? Remember him? You know he got 2 action figures out. Why we couldn't have that conversation, black man? Why we couldn't come together as a community as opposed to having a penis swinging contest in regards to who knew the most? What was that relevant for? You no different than the young lady who was more of a WWE fan than a comic book fan, but wants to put on like she's a comic book fan. Well, hell, I'm a WWE fan too. You know what we can never talk about? We can never talk about the collection of WWE black female action figures that I have. Black female representation. See that? Black imagery, black representation. Black imagery, black representation. Black imagery and black representation should matter to you. You should give a damn that Sam ain't broke. Why are you okay with Sam being stereotypically portrayed as that black male that can't get along? You should have a problem with that, black man. The fact that James Rose ain't paralyzed, ain't ever been paralyzed, they just used him like that just to push a narrative. Why you don't have a problem with that, black man? As a matter of fact, why don't you have a problem with the fact that there's very little development in regards to James Rose's character since James Rose was introduced in the MCU? You what, 10 years, 15 years older since that character was introduced? Why ain't that where your angst lies? Why aren't you chopping that up with Kevin Feige? Or is it that you want us to do what you have accepted to do, which is by and large what you preach today on social media? You just want us to shut up and accept it. 30-something years old. You're telling folks that were raised by those who participated in the civil rights movement to just shut up and take stuff. Which one of us sounds stupid? When those in the civil rights era knew better, they did better. Those were our parents and our grandparents. Well, hell, you don't think we appreciate black imagery, black representation? I can tell you're not a Chadwick Boseman fan. You an MCU fan. You got on the Green Ranger's outfit. You got on Tommy's outfit. Tommy ain't black. Now, is it just about you being Power Ranger, your love, your affinity for the Power Ranger, or is it about specifically the Black Power Ranger? Because I can tell you one damn thing about it and two things for sure. This bag right here, it got a whole bunch of Power Rangers in it. Every last one of them black. Is it Tree Black Geeks or is it 3 Black Geeks? I'm having a problem with the black thing because you want to go back and forth with someone who is blickety black, 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 black. And the folks that rock with him know that. Not that he's just blickety black, 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 but he's one of the most knowledgeable blickety black, black, black folks, content creators when it comes to superheroes, period. Not just the black ones, period. So why are we doing that? Are you telling me you're fine with marginalization? That's what it sounds like. You telling me you fine with just accepting any old thing because Marvel gave it to you? Because we didn't debunk that whole one-to-one thing. That ain't what we doing. Hell, I watched Spider-Man back in the day. That wasn't one-to-one. And you don't know nothing about that damn Spider-Man cartoon because you wasn't living. Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Hell, Nicholas Hammond had Spider-Man on CBS. You think that was a one-to-one adaptation? Hell, Bill Bixby, Lou Ferrigno, The Incredible Hulk. You think that was a one-to-one adaptation? Do you? Do you think we as kids felt, us reading the comic books back then, do you think we felt like that was one-to-one adaptation? Or do you think we as kids said, okay, well, you're respecting the source material enough so we can rock with it? What is it at the age of 30 you feel like you need to tell me? Ain't you still wearing Jordans? Them my shoes. Them my shoes. Them my shoes. You celebrate the Power Rangers? Okay. Well, you had Similac coming out your mouth when you was watching the Power Rangers. Them my heroes. Who you think kept the Power Rangers relevant? You weren't spending you didn't have no money. You just got your change. We did that. Yep. We was going to all them fan fairs and everything like that, still wanting to meet the actors and everything like that. Shout out to the late, great, I want to say David Frank. Bro, to me, you the greatest Ranger to ever do it. That's what that is. I'm bothered that I'm still bothered that you left. Shout out to Bobby Valorverse. If you have not picked up the Legends of the White Dragon action figure, you can do that. I think there is a head sculpt of Jason David Frank in that 2-pack and everything like that. But that is the last thing. I'm in my feelings about that. Why we couldn't talk about him? Why we couldn't talk about Hasbro not doing anything else with the Power Rangers? Why we couldn't talk about the fact Netflix then basically stopped doing the Power Rangers franchise? I would have much preferred for us that when they had 2 Black Rangers in that damn series. Why we couldn't talk about that? That moves the needle. That connects us. We can't do it. And that's disappointing. We can't do it. You see what I got behind me? I looked at your biopic. Why we couldn't talk about this? To grow the fandom, to grow the knowledge within the Black community. Why we couldn't do that? Why was it so important that you basically prove to the world I didn't know what I was talking about. Because that's what you wanted to do. That's what it was all about. It ain't about, well, this is what's going on. It's not about understanding. No, I'm right. You're wrong. You wanted me to be wrong. How? Why? What for? What for? Complete, utter waste of time. You could have pulled up. I could send you the link. I could. But you finna do what way too many people do in this world. You gonna be wrong. But instead of admitting that you're wrong, so folks can move forward, so we can get to doing what we're supposed to be doing as Black people, building, improving, your pride is gonna keep you stuck right there. Well, if you that damn prideful, you can't admit when you're wrong. Why in the hell did you jump off in this conversation in the first place? What for? You did not come to learn. You came to dictate. And then looking at our pictures, you came as a younger Black male to dictate to older Blacks what they should do. Why? How? Who are you? Who raised you? And that's the problem. That's one of the problems in the Black community today. Generations don't know how to work together. You disrespectful as hell. I'm gonna keep up with these notes. I'm gonna go about my business. We came in here for a good time, not for a long time. Start Groovy Fee. What's going on, big dog? Keep up with these notes. What's going on? Groovy Fee in the building. Not tell him in the building. Black Panther. Big JB. What's going on, Javon? Come on, your king. What's going on? We in here. We in. That chump didn't know much of anything. I'll be wanting to get into the name calling. I'll be wanting to get into the action. And it's like, bro, if you're gonna keep it a buck, keep it a buck. You're gonna keep it a buck. I knew he couldn't keep it a buck when I said that wasn't 1-to-1 either. But we understand that Captain America wasn't 1-to-1. Avengers wasn't 1-to-1. Oh, then it became, it's about the business. But damn, dog, who you think you're talking to? You don't think anybody you talk about has ever been a business person? You don't think we understand what a successful business model look like? We 20 years older than you, but we that damn naive. We that damn stupid. We that damn passionate. Really? It be conversations like this that let me know certain folks don't have their grandparents in their life and never had a relationship with them. And if they ain't talked to their grandparent, had a relationship with them, they damn sure ain't had no relationship with their great-grandparent. Oh, this generation is very, very damn telling. I just don't know where the disconnect is. I don't know where the disconnect is between Generation X and everybody else. I'm trying to figure it out. I am, but it ain't Generation X going backwards. Generation X is connected to the baby boomers and the silent generation. No, it's all these other damn mugs out here. I'm like, what the hell? So you perfectly fine saying something stupid that ain't even backed up nowhere. You can't find it nowhere. You find, man, come on, man. You got to do better than that. Especially when you got the following. So what you telling me is no different than the dude that you don't like. You perfectly fine leading a whole bunch of people to being stupid because you're not going to level up your knowledge because you don't feel the need to. Bruh, you say you're a Black comic book fan. Take that out of there if you're not a comic book fan. Take that out your bio because when you say comic book and gaming, listen, don't say comic book and gaming to nobody Generation X. Don't say gaming to nobody. If it ain't that for real, don't say that to nobody from Generation X. I'm gonna tell you, y'all finna laugh when I say this. When was the first time Generation X played Grand Theft Auto? I'm gonna help you out. It was in the 80s. It was on a floppy disk, overhead view. That's when Gen X, that's the very first Back in the 80s was when 1988, Grand Theft Auto. Who you finna talk to? We got the cheat codes for Grand Theft Auto. Wait a minute. You a gamer? My generation was putting quarters in the video game. You think you know more than us? You a gamer. I see. You sure you don't want to have a conversation? You sure you don't want to have Gen X on your show? You know, some of us still got our video game systems. P2, P3. Yeah. Dig Dug, Gallagher, Joust, Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Space Invaders, Centipede. That's us. You wouldn't have the stuff you got today if it wasn't for. So please don't marginalize, ever attempt to act like my age don't matter. Oh, yes, it does. And you better be thankful. You better be thankful. Yeah. You like Blade? Wesley Snipes is Gen X. That's his spin. That's Gen X's spin on Blade. Him, Gen X. Yeah, you sure? And don't care to know enough. Not at all. What's going on, Professor Finn? What's going on? TJ was also in the Blackstreet Don't Leave video. This sure was. Before I let you go, can I get a kiss? Good night, baby. Yeah, he damn sure was. He damn sure was. Watch this. One of our Green Rangers showed up in Dreamgirls. Green Ranger with the cowboy hat, but he showed up in the Dreamgirl. I like, that's what's up right there. We got what was the first one? Zach. He showed up in a horror movie when he first got started doing Power Rangers. You know, see, it would be nice for us to have conversations like that. We couldn't talk about what we didn't like about the first Power. No, actually, can't even call that the first Power Rangers movie because we watched what? Power Rangers Overdrive. We can't even have a conversation about which live action Power Ranger movie we like the best. No, we got to talk about this nonsense about one-to-one adaptations. Was any of them Power Ranger movie one-to-one? No, they weren't. Hell, we had the Power Ranger movie, which gave us them having the Ninja Zords, and then we had the TV show with them getting the Ninja Zords, and they was two different damn stories. Was we not old enough to? Well, we was grown. Did we have a problem being able to process it? No. Grand Madam, my advisors in the building, always got to give it up for Grand Madam. Everybody's greeting each other. Be advised, Theo, everyone is three different brothers with their own minds. You know how me, you know what? I can respect that. You know how me and D-Real do stuff? D-Real, we don't respond. Now, me and D-Real both rock with me nation. But when me and D-Real out there talking, D-Real don't talk rock with me nation. I don't talk rock with me nation. Be real with D-Real. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Well, if you got one brother speaking for all three, then the other two need to tell him, stop talking. Like, bro, you don't speak for us, but he's speaking for them using their platform. That's on them. On him as well, because he's being irresponsible. He's not saying to himself, I'm going to bring them into this. He's not mature enough to say, let me go use my own private Twitter account, because his opinions might not be, and that's all it is. His opinion, damn sure in a fact, might not be theirs. Where, bro, you low-key locking them in with you. Don't do that. That's being irresponsible. The Japanese Spider-Man was definitely not one-to-one, but still, that be my thing. When he said it one-to-one, I'm like, okay, so the Justice League cartoon wasn't one-to-one. Justice League Unlimited wasn't one-to-one. Teen Titans wasn't one. No, Teen Titans wasn't one-to-one. Hell, Titans that they got over there on Max ain't 1-to-1. I'm literally going down. We know damn good and well Age of Ultron was not 1-to-1. Hell, Ant-Man wasn't 1-to-1. Ant-Man and the Wasp. What in the hell are we talking about? We damn sure know Secret Invasion. That was a piece of trash. Captain Marvel was not 1-to-1. We know all this. So I'm sitting up and saying to myself, maybe it's the wisdom. I would never think to say to Mr. Smith 1-to-1. And Mr. Smith got me by what, 6-7 years? Wouldn't think to say that to Grand Madam Tarot. I would not think to say that to anybody who, watch this, because I like giving people the benefit of the doubt. I would never think about saying that to anybody who calls themselves a comic book reviewer. I would never think to mention to them, hey, it ain't got to be 1-to-1. I would think they already knew that. Even if they say it's got to respect the source material, because I am a intelligent thinking person, I would understand what that person meant when they said it's got to respect the source. I would never be dumb enough to think they would want, watch this, I would never be dumb enough to think that somebody expect an Avengers live action movie to go just like the comic book did. They gonna dress them like that too. They gonna put them costumes on them. This finna take place in a circus. This what we doing? We finna get all these ants running around here. We finna get Giant Man in that little funky ass looking costume. That's why I said, when you make statements like that, you insulting both my intelligence. Don't belittle my intelligence. I done worked too hard to get my IQ the way it is. You might not care about yours. I care about mine. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. What's going on, Big Ronnie? What's going on? What's going on? Everybody greeting each other. Theo, you forgot to tell him you don't know what you think you know. That's my I did sort of kind of tell him, Grandmaster, you ain't old enough, but I don't want to be doing that. I don't want to be doing that. I be wanting to stay right there because I understand when you say certain stuff, it's no longer about the topic. It is now personal. But I would never think, and Grandmadam, I think you and Mr. Smith said it best. I have a discerning spirit. I would never think for me to do. I would never think to try and educate somebody. If somebody says, man, I'm an Alpha Flight fan, and I hear them talk about Alpha Flight, they gonna say some stuff that I know. They gonna say some stuff I know the common person doesn't know. And they may say some stuff I don't know. I would never think to go back and forth with that person. Oh, that's an Alpha Flight thing. D-Real, my brother, I said it before. D-Real is a Kansas City Chief fan. That's what that is. I go back to Len Dawson and Fred the Hammer Williamson. So I just went back. Daryl knows it. Even with me going back that far, as far as my Kansas City Chief knowledge, I still don't believe I know more than Daryl. Why? Because he's a Kansas City Chief fan. And the way he talks and the way he acts, oh, he's been like that for a minute. The only thing I can do is learn from him, or maybe just shoot the gift, talk about some old stuff in regard. But the way he conducts himself, he gonna tell me some stuff about the Kansas City Chiefs I don't know. I know he is. I'm expecting that. So I don't understand what it is, and it ain't just him. I don't get what that is with the younger black generation, period. Do you really think y'all the first black generation to F with superheroes? Cause that's honestly the way that come across. That's honestly the way it come across. I'm sitting up here right now and I'm looking at quite a few Batman video games that I know damn good and well ain't none of us by and large still got the systems to. And I still got the system to it. So I'm cramming to understand. I am. I'm so as a black man, which I'm hoping today is the last time he do that. You don't want to vet folks before you talk to them. You just want to be arrogant and talk to them, because I'm of the mindset I would never in my 30s think of going back and forth with somebody like me. Theo, what do you mean? If I'm in my mid 30s and I have a different point of view than somebody else, black person, I'm gonna go to their page. From their page, I could probably look at some stuff, look at some videos. I would never in my 30s think, entertain the idea of going back and forth. Watch where I say this now. I would never in my mid 30s, 20s, think of going back and forth, hell, 40s, going back and forth with Theo Butler. I wouldn't. I wouldn't even let that cross my mind. We could talk, we could chop it up, learn from one another, but I would never think, because I would know I don't know as much as he does. Just look at what he got going on. How many videos has he put out? That dude customizes, he kit bashes action figures. What the hell am I finna tell him? That's the same way I feel about Mr. Smith and Grand Madam Tarot. What the hell am I finna tell them? No, let me be quiet and go on over here and learn. Because that's the only thing I can do. Anything that I tell them, by and large, they already know. It's gonna be a few things I can educate them, but that's it, a few. What's going on? The disconnect between generations is caused by the fear of being jailed for beating their ass. Hell, you got to go to jail for something. You ain't wrong. Because I got told to shut up a long time ago. Boy, shut up. You don't even know what the hell you talking about. Shut up and go over there and sit down somewhere. And maybe that's what it is. We got told to shut up and go sit down in the corner. Go learn to be quiet when grown folks is talking. What's going on? Let me see here. Black Panther in here. Yeah, everybody in here. I'm putting these reading glasses on because I'm trying to low key. I'm trying to help. The Harry Potter books are not one to one, but that boy, look, and we knew it. That Harry Potter book wasn't one to one, but you damn sure wouldn't go straight too far from that source material. Oh, you knew what key aspects to appreciate. And here's the thing, he know that too. And see, that's the thing. I'm not saying nothing he don't already know. He already know it. He just want to be argumentative. He know damn good and well none of them damn books one to one. The movie adaptation one, Twilight Zone wasn't one to one. Lord of the Rings wasn't one to one, and Harry Potter wasn't one to one. You know damn good and well that. So why are we doing this? No, they still respected the source material. You know that as well. But here's the thing: he ain't gonna ever have them conversation with them over there about them books. Now that's the other thing I've noticed about it. Black folks that want to do this right here, oh, you'll never have it in you to go argue with that other person. You ain't gonna ever be that comfortable. Still just as knowledgeable, but you ain't gonna ever be that comfortable. Still not knowing, but you ain't gonna ever be that comfortable. It's the disrespectful tone that gets me. Look, I sent him the link. He didn't pull up. He probably didn't say nothing. He could have felt at any time to interject. We could go on a live. We could go on a spaces. It's totally up to him. But here's the other thing that I learned. And this is way too telling with us. We have no problem being loud. We have no problem being popular. We don't. We would do whatever it takes to be loud and be popular. But if there's an opportunity where we could be corrected, learn, show people that we're not above the fray, oh no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. He know what that lick read. He would rather keep it right there on Twitter. No, don't have me on the spaces with you. No, don't have me on a live with you. That would get you embarrassed. You know it. I know it. And here's the thing. You know the people that's rocking with you would know it too. So you doing what you should do. But the difference between he and I is maturity level. Once I'm done with this live, I'll never address him again. Why? Because he was biased off the rip. Could have came in and said, hey, I'm a huge MCU fan. I know you're an MCU fan. That's what your bio should read. MCU fan. Maybe the gamer tag still applies, but that comic book tag, you don't know enough, my brother. And unfortunately, you are speaking for 3 people. You don't know enough and you don't care enough to know enough. You just want to be right. Pride before the fall. Listen, I'm up out of here. Like, share, subscribe. My Georgia Bulldogs playing today. I can't promise I'm coming to y'all. I can't. I ain't gonna lie like that. I do have more pictures I need to be getting out. I got my Scarlet action figure in. I'm definitely happy about that. Got my Nakia action figure in. I got another Nakia. We are working on our Queen Mother Ramunda head sculpt. Should be coming in later on. Well, late next week. Queen Mother Ramunda head sculpt should be coming in tomorrow. In regards to the Halloween diorama set that I'm working on, I might pull the trigger on Lilith. We got to get her in here so we can have our Midnight Suns. And I did find an action figure that could pass for Barney. So I'm thinking we could get some Blood Hunt photographs in here as well. But that's what we're working on and everything like that. In regards to comic book reviews, we did do the Miles Morales issue 25, right? We did that. I don't really know where to go from there. I'm stuck. Like Darryl said, it ain't really that much that came out this week. So I really don't know. And I'm not covering NYX no more. Let me see here. Ronnie J got some. The person that y'all are talking about is the reason why I stay off of social media like that. I just got tired of art. You know what? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Because it's like, what we going back and forth for? What we doing at this point? You know what, Ronnie? You know what? I'm going to take your advice. I'm not going to do that no more. So that's what that is. We do have some Magneto, Resurrection of Magneto, Dead X-Men, Bishop War College. We got that right. We gonna figure out something. Listen, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Don't like, leave a constructive comment. Let me know what content you would like for me to cover. Like I said, when the shout out to the Rock With Me Nation, Council of Wakanda Black Panther fan group. The t-shirt press has been ordered. It should be here Monday or Tuesday. When it comes in, we will be doing a live unboxing on the channel. So make sure you got your notifications on. That said, we out. In memory of the late, great Don Cornelius and Chadwick Boseman. Remember, it's all about Black imagery and Black representation. Till next time, I wish each and every last one of y'all love, peace, and soul. We out.